Okay, going in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, hello and welcome everyone to week 4 of the Championship Series. This is the RPL. Casting with me tonight will be Trineki.
Hey guys, how's it going? So yeah, like you said, this is Rift Raiders versus Sentinels. On the Rift Raider side, we have Raining Barrels on Darius, Corrupted Whimsy on Gragas, Voltzy in the mid lane with Corki, Kim Myung-soo on Jinx, the Fizzle on Braum. And then we have on the red side, for the Sentinels, we have top lane of Maokai, jungle for Kayn, Dr. Jekyll is on Syndra in the mid lane, Kainofu is on Tristana for ADC, and then Tumingle is on Lulu.
Exactly, Trineki. I have a bit of an issue here. I can see pings on the map, but I cannot see champions, and I'm guessing I will not be able to see minions. As I can see wards being placed, but I cannot see champions. So can we just restart this whole thing? I'm really sorry about that, guys. I'm going to have to close out this window, and hopefully it'll load properly for me.
Yeah, no, you're good. Do we want to restart the stream, or are we wanting to just have you catch up?
I'll try and catch up. Hang on. You'll just have to give me a timestamp.
Nope, yep, you're good. I'll let you know. But yeah, so it looks like everyone's going pretty standard starts here. Grog is starting red. Kayn is starting over at his chickens, which is pretty standard for the Kayn. Yep. They're both starting with the talisman. And so Kayn should be going to his red, then he should go to his blue and look for a gank. Especially because his bot lane didn't have the leash, so it looks like they're going to be shoving for level 2.
Okay, can you please give me a timestamp when you're ready, Trineki?
So we're at 210 in like 1 second. Yeah, we're at 210 right now.
Okay, so 213 and...
We're at 220 now.
Yeah.
It's gonna be slightly hard to catch up, but it should be. You should be able to get there relatively.
Okay.
Easy, I think.
Yeah, I don't get the champions leaving base.
Still not? Huh.
Okay. 210. Alright, I'm there. I'm getting there, catching up. Alright, I'm at 315.
We're like 3 till 3.
3 till 3.
If you want, I'll just tell you when we hit 315. Okay, we're hitting it now. And yeah, we could pause, but then we'd also have to get the stream.
No, that's fine. Alright, I'm really sorry about that. So, we have an interesting game for you here right now. This will be Rift Raiders versus Sentinels. Currently, ST1 Piglet looking to come down bot side. Doesn't quite get the damage down as he is now getting kind of backed by the Fizzle. Kim Myung-sung also dealing out the damage onto this Kayn. Kayn now having to back away. Kainofu also very low for the match. They are taking minion aggro on the way back here. Successful disengage there. A little bit of slow on there as the Fizzle tries to get the concussive blows back onto here. ST1 Piglet actually regenning off the red buff. Looks to try and engage here in the bot lane as this is a very extended engagement. All the while, Gragas is certainly trying to come up to the top side of the map. Motorwall needs to now run away. A little bit of a play on the other side of the map. He has blue buff available to him, so Corrupted Whimsy forcing the flash out of Motorwall on the top side of the map. Very frenetic early game.
Yeah, so a lot was going on with that, man. So it looks like that the only summoner that was burned was on that Maokai flash for all of those entire engage. Kayn actually looks to be beating Gragas in farm even with him staying down there so long, which is the benefit of being able to start the chickens on that Kayn, where it looks like Gragas has not reached there yet.
XP again, burning that flash also means that there's a further engagement down this bot lane as the Fizzle's looking very, very low. Kainofu's trying to get that last few autos in. Doesn't really want to engage into the minions. All summoners up in this bot lane. Very aggressive start.
Yeah, and this has just been a Clown Fiesta so far. The Jinx is doing surprisingly well in farm, even after being camped by that Kayn. She is a solid 10, 15 CS above this Tristana right now. It looks like Maokai and Darius both burn their TPs to get back to lane, so we will not be seeing them joining in any of the clown fun in the bot lane.
Yeah, and whilst we've been seeing a lot of relic shields on the support, particularly if you are looking to rush that Ardent Sensor, Lulu is stacking up on that Ancient Coin currently, so hoping for an early Ardent Sensor out of that character. Kainafu not looking to accelerate that anymore, but again, a gank in the top lane here. This is now onto the Darius, Raining Bowels, having to flash away himself. Does succeed to avoid the gank, but burning that summoner. Also, Dr. Jekyll roaming up. Maybe this is a 3-man dive on that pink as well. That'll get denied now. Heavy man stack on the top side as Hexdrink has been picked up by this Corki, coming back to mid lane now. Motor War's out of mana, but they are now looking to tower dive this, and the unleashed power comes out of Dr. Jekyll to secure the kill in the top lane. That'll be first blood.
Yeah, so once they saw that the Darius had to burn his flash with Maokai starting that engage, he could easily W to drop the tower aggro, so that was not a very risky dive for them at all. So I'm very surprised that I'm very happy that they decided to pull that off.
Yeah, certainly coming back using the fact that Summoner Spell was down low on the mana on the Maokai, but it didn't matter when you get that level 6 power spike on Dr. Jekyll. That is a really nice moment just to be able to utilize that for a kill. Also securing the gold for himself, coming back to lane with that lost chapter as well. I mean, he is fantastically placed in the early game. Also with that defensiveness of that Hexdrinker coming out by Voltzy here means that potentially has that ability just to free farm, and with that defensive stats on Voltzy mean that he can't play too aggressive and will delay that power spike of that Trinity Force.
Yeah, it also allowed the Maokai to come out with the Bramble Vest to stop any of Darius's annoying healing in his lane. So he's now won't be able to regen much with his Q. Decimating Strikers, something I think. It looks like the Gragas is pinging to try to steal the red, but he does have a Maokai and a Kayn and a Syndra coming to collapse. This might end up being a pretty risky play for him. He's not careful.
Gragas denying the plant. Corrupted Whimsy actually comes across the wall and maybe jukes them all here right now. Ultimate coming out of Motor War is going to miss on Voltzy as well. This is a clean escape. Red buff not secured. SKT1 Piglet looking for a little bit more if he can. Knock up actually onto Dr. Jekyll. He is to have to run away. That's a kill on him. Now it's a 2v2 and 3v2 as Raining Bowels enters the fray. SKT1 Piglet securing it onto the jungler, but dies again to Voltzy. Voltzy now 2-0. Coming back onto Motor War. Gonna go down again. That's gonna go over to the top laner. Nice collapse there, and potentially overtaking that dive in the bottom lane as well, under the tower. Will he go down to the tower? No, he won't. The Fizzle actually flash forward from Sumigal, gonna come back with the exhaust, and that'll be a disengagement. Kill goes over to the Fizzle though, not really where they want to be, but so much fun on this Jinx right now.
Yeah, those plays just skyrocketed blue into the lead after having that unfortunate dive on the top. They're actually now 2k gold in the lead, and that Jinx's CS lead is now just going to become even more enormous when she gets to come back in the lane with that many items over the Tristana. But yeah, that was very well played by both by the blue team there.
Yeah, important, as you said, for Sentinels, just to try and capitalize on what they can around the map, as the turn for Rift Rangers was quite heavy in the top side of the map. Coming back to lane with this BF sword will mean that Tristana, the Kainafu, is a bit of a level with the Jinx, but certainly needs to farm up a little bit stronger to be a presence in the mid game.
So it does look like that Kayn is going to be looking to dive top lane, and with his ultimate now that he's level 6 and with Maokai's ability to get rid of tower, it should be a pretty easy dive to be able to pull off.
Yeah, and again in the top lane, here they go. Raining Bowels under duress now, having to flash away from Dr. Jekyll under the tower. Last tower shot will not take down Motor War. I think Voltsy with the stream, I don't think we're quite live here again, so I'm not sure if we can sort that out. Voltsy, if you could just send in a production what your timestamp is, that would be pretty awesome. But again, the TP in the top lane means that Dr. Jekyll's actually going to take a tower shot away here. Voltsy goes forward, will secure that kill. Now he has to run away. Kane ultimate coming down, barrier used just to defend himself under the tower. Motor War tanking that up, he will fall, and another kill down to Voltsy.
Alright, yeah, it looks like we're behind a bit. Voltsy said he's gonna pop at 11.
Alright, well, hopefully my players won't actually leave the screen again, because that was a little bit disturbing at the start of the game. Coming back to this farm lane, I mean, like the Tristana Kanefu having a real hard time, especially when you have that range support of Tumigal. You would have thought it would be a fairly easy lane for him to farm in. Damage again on this top side of the map. Raining Barrels now getting that CS lead with that kill. Just the assist going over. Armor stacking for the Maokai. Not quite working in his favor as they go aggressive in the bottom lane, and Dr. Jekyll will secure the kill for the Tristana. Really nice sort of like Tristana insect there onto the fizzle.
Dude.
He will fall. I did not pause.
Yeah, I was like, wait a second.
Sorry. I'm going back to 11. Alright, I'm on 11.
I am as well. Go ahead and count it down.
Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, yeah, sorry about the issues there.
Alright, so we are back in time. 11-12 on the screen right now. Kim Munsu's gonna go down. And Tristana again actually flashes for that insect. That is quite a play. Looking back at the replay for that, for me, kills going over to the carries there. That's where they want Talk Boots coming out. And Dr. Jekyll is roaming a lot in this mid game.
Yeah, so with that Tristana, I guess she has proved that she can now Lee Sin insect. So I expect to see some Tristana played in the jungle after that play. But all jokes aside, that was actually really good for the Sentinels, because the Tristana was so far behind that they were able to pick up a kill on that Jinx and also the Braum, that now hopefully she can do a little work to catch up.
Yeah, Mountain Drake will go down for Sentinels right now as Dr. Jekyll's chasing out Voltsy. Gonna proc the Hex Drinker now. Now he's trading, gets the Wild Growth from Tumigal. Means that they're now looking to dive this Voltsy. Gonna get picked up by SKT1 Piglet, who's having to run away from tower aggro. Heal comes out, but that's not gonna be enough. Kim Munsu gets the resets. Doesn't really want to chase into the enemy team though. Oh, now they're looking to... will Dr. Jekyll get away in the bush? Yes, he will. That was pretty clutch. Kanefu actually just trying to get that concussive blows passive. That'll proc. Now he's stunned up under the tower. Gonna get exhausted. Runs away with that rocket jump. Just gonna reset the map a little bit. Very high octane paced game right here. Wouldn't you say, Trineki?
Oh man, yeah, this is... almost don't even need a fill-in to do for any of these.
I mean, Corrupted Whimsy's actually going to get exhausted, and the Lulu's going to survive that. Explosive cast used in the bottom lane there again. But he's flashing forward under the tower now. SKT1 Piglet will pick that up. Polymorph also being used there just to run away. Actually, Flash comes out of SKT1 Piglet. Really nice smite there on the objective. Just trying to heal up. Baits him into the enemy team. Now SKT1 Piglet is in the fray now. Can he get the kill? No, it won't get traded back. I don't think Kanefu wants anything of this as the red buff's been going over to Kim Munsu. Gonna get Buster shotted away. Probably required to save his life.
And it looks like the Jinx rocket missed. That would have been just... Yeah, this game has been insane. There's already 16 kills in 13 minutes. That's more than a kill a minute total. But yeah, with those gold deficit right now, being about 5k favoring the...
oh, wait, aggression in the mid. That's actually going to be traded back. Barrier used by Voltsy, and he's going to pick up the kill even through the unleashed power. 5-1 on this carry now. He'll be close to his Trinity Force.
Yeah, man, this game has just been crazy with all the engaged. But yeah, like I was saying with The Rift Raiders being about 5k in the lead right now. We'll have to see how they decide to close out this game, because with all the fighting, it's going to be pretty hard to continually take objectives without getting caught out somewhere.
So with this sort of like high aggression, obviously we've got about a 4.5k gold lead built up for Rift Raiders here in the early game. What does that mean for the power spikes? Where do you see this going in the near future?
Right, so if the Rift Raiders can just kind of play it smart, so the biggest...
I flash away from Kimasu, but I think he's just going to fall there. Actually, double root up. Sorry to disrupt you, but we're going back in again. Voltzi's coming in. TP's been channeled as well for Motor War, but I think he might be a little bit late to the fray here as the AD carry Kainafu's going to fall flash away. This Motor War really wants Kimasu, but I don't think he's going to be able to find it as he goes down double kill again to Voltzi. Dr. Jekyll not going to be able to burst out raining barrels as well. Means that roam by Tomb Eagle up to the mid didn't really help the Sentinels right there in that fray.
No, and they should be able to pull off the bot tower here, but they do have to be careful because King Wong Su is pretty low. And one of their big issues that I was going to point out earlier is if they do decide to overstay their welcome, could be in some trouble, but it does look like they're just going to funnel in one by one.
Yeah, that was a bit of an unfortunate stall of the turret there for SK-T1 Piglet. A little bit ambitious. He doesn't quite have the tank stats available to him right now, and that will be his 5th kill or death of the game. Very aggressive start, and the towers are now signed to fall to Rift Raiders.
Yeah, it's Piglet has just not had a very lucky time so far, and it's pretty hard for him to get into the game because he does need to fight a lot to get his ultimate to be able to transform into that Rost, but at the same time he also needs to just kind of catch up because Gragas is about an item ahead of him, I think. But yeah, like right now Rift Raiders really just need to look to take the game slow and steady, maybe start going for that Rift Herald to just kind of follow it up to take one of the either inhib towers or to get another outer, but they have to be careful not to overstay because right now the death timers are still extremely low. They could end up having to fight 5 members of the team, take out a couple, and then those could still rejoin the fight before they can even back off and disengage if they're not careful about it.
Oh, massive deletion of Kim Moon-soo, but he's just gonna live through that. That was a crazy amount of burst by Dr. Jekyll, not quite managing to 100-0 Kim Moon-soo.
Yeah, so it does look like he did get to transform into the Ross, which is good. They are looking to take that Rift Herald, but as we saw earlier, Dr. Jekyll does have some good bursts.
Dr. Jekyll, and Fizzle's now under the line of fire. He's looking to fall, actually just going to escape onto Voltzi right there. That means Raining Barrels can pick up the kill on the backline, and this Darius is going absolutely insane. Raining Barrels, reigning supreme right there. That was fantastic display, just getting the resets on that guillotine and smashing through the enemy.
Yeah, just reset after reset, just getting those dunks in there. It looks like they're going to be able to pick up mid tower pretty easily. But that Maokai did take the Rift Herald, which was unfortunate for the Rift Raiders, especially because they couldn't even get their namesake out of that. It also looks like the drag is coming up now, so it does look like Rift Raiders are going to be moving towards that. They'll have the Jinx to join them in this fight, which they did not last fight, but they were still able to pull it out because of their immense gold lead. And yeah, right now Sentinels just kind of needs to just try to stall out and get that Tristana to be the hyper carry.
Yeah, but looking at the items right now, like that Infinity Edge that's completed on Kim Moon-soo, like that is not the power that Kainafu is at right now. He really needs to start farming up these waves, trying to get some priorities. Also going to a wave, he has a 1 CS, now he's going to focus down this tower. Objectives is gold for the team, so that is fantastic. He should be able to pick up the second wave as well. So nice little gap for him, but again aggression in the mid. Dr. Jekyll unleashing the power on Kim Moon-soo. He's not going to quite fall, but again has to recall back to base. Actually trying to stay a little bit greedy maybe, but he has the Fizzle there just to back him up for support.
Yeah, that Braum wall coming in clutch to save the Jinx from the rest of the Cinder ult. I think right now the best chance for the Sentinels is really to just get a surprising ult off on the Syndra onto one of the 2 carries, because if they try to 5v5, the gold lead will just completely crush them.
Yeah, Raining Bow's actually flashing forward aggressively on Dr. Jekyll's. He thinks he can get this. Now he's in a 3v1 though, gonna get rooted up by Motorwall. He's still going aggressive. Voltsy also wants in, trying to get the kill on Tomb Eagle, but that's not gonna be the case. Now they're defensive. Raining Bowers is looking very low as Kane's ultimating SKT1 Piglet resets and goes back onto Voltsy.
Yeah, so that'll end up being a 1-for-none trade in favor of the Sentinels, and that's the kind of picks that they really need to try to get back into that game here. The Maokai is running a little bit low on that Rift Arrow. Hopefully he'll decide to throw that somewhere that they can capitalize on.
Yeah, but they're also going to try and get contested, but Dr. Jekyll has a really nice mechanic of literally just picking it up and winging it over the shoulder just to secure that blue buff. That'll reset the tempo a little bit, but coming back to these items, I mean, this Black Cleaver coming in clutch for Raining Bowers. He couldn't quite secure the kills there at the end.
Yeah, and the Maokai rushing the Thornmail is a pretty interesting choice because he doesn't have too much health to back up the Thornmail, so he'll still end up just getting shredded before the Thornmail can end up doing too much against the opposing side. I always am a fan of grabbing a little bit of health before completing that, but it should work out well because it does counteract that Darius's.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll again looking for Kim and Sue. Not going to quite get that, but going to get slowed up, and Concussive Blow is going to stun him up. Wild Growth comes out. Will he be able to survive? No, he won't be. He trades with the AD carry there. That was pretty good. Now Voltsy's on the front line. He's trying to get it onto Tristana. Kadafu has to run away, has to rocket jump, but that's going to be a double kill over to Voltsy now. Stunned up with the Braum passive. That's going to be Motorwall having to run away with his life. The peel of Tomb Eagle isn't going to quite come out with that. A little bit too much aggression from the Fizzle, but that is the fight won for Rift Rages right here.
Yeah, and that's just where, you know, you have a 11-1 Corki. There's not a whole lot you can do if you don't take down him. Even with the Jinx gone, he can just still dish out so much damage. And with the front line of Gragas and Darius, there's not much hope to get to him. It started out where I thought they were actually going to go pretty even when they ended up taking out the Jinx, but...
Yeah, certainly. I mean, this is now aggression back onto SK1 Tiglet. We've seen this before in the bottom lane. We'll see it again in the top lane. Gonna get caught out, trying to over-defend a tower. And that'll be another structure going down for Rift Rangers right here. They are doing a spectacular job of just cleaning up the map. They now have an 8k gold lead to come back to base with and shop. This is a massive Voltsy right now on this Corki. He is gonna go back, finish off that Static Shiv as well.
Yeah, so there's not a lot as Sentinels that you can do right now. You have to either get extremely lucky with just some one of their players going solo queue, which generally doesn't happen in this type of team environment. So now all you have to do is just try to defend against the Rift Raiders because they have complete control over the game right now. And as long as they just play it simple, or as long as they play it slow and steady, they should just be able to just front sweep and just grab Baron and push to end.
Yeah, what do you think about the Braum upgrading to that Ruby Sightstone very early? Granted, it gives you that extra little bit of vision around the map. If you need it, you can stay out on the Rift a little bit longer because you get that extra charge. But compared to the build path of rushing that Ardent Sensor, like, what would you say?
So I was actually curious to see how the game would go, but it got a little out of hand. If the game was more even right now, I believe it would be favoring this Lulu because giving the attack speed to the AD carry would just far outweigh the vision control, in my opinion, especially with how much they've been fighting. But right now with the Rift Raiders being ahead and Braum having that extra vision, it just allows them to further control the game and make sure that they're the ones taking the picks rather than being the ones getting caught out.
Yeah, they're actually starting up Baron here, dropping very low. That'll be collected for Rift Rangers as a successful take from them. Weren't really organised. Sentinels not on the play for that one. That's going to mean that they're going to recall back for more items. And we should see a little bit of a pickup for the Jinx, but aggression from Corrupted Whimsy. He's going to explosive cast out to Meagle, and that's going to get picked up again for Voltzy. Voltzy is so strong right now in this game.
Yeah, and right now the issue is to any of the carries, you just have to send more than one person to take him out, and then that just opens the rest of the map for the other players.
Yeah, you could see, Corrupted Whimsy looking to get onto Dr. Jekyll. Is this a little bit too far? The Fizzle gets kind of low to flash forward by Kanefu, but he just has no damage right now. Voltzy just trying to disconnect from the fight as well. The Fizzle also running for his life. Kimasu trying to look for the flank. Now they'll go onto Kanefu. Kanefu just gets absolutely wiped as the flash comes out of Kimasu, sorry about that. And now they look to maybe take the tower. Dr. Jekyll also flashless.
And while that fight was going on, Raining Barrels actually was able to solo kill the Maokai, so he is currently pushing. Oh, I guess he's pushing mid.
Yeah, especially because he's now running for his life. Ultimate coming out from SKT will think that will secure the kill there. But Kitmus, who's actually in the bases on the other side of the map right now, taken out to Meagle. He will fall. Yes, double kill over to the Jinx there. This is a really nice play. Now they're taking the inhibitors. They're taking the objectives. 25 minutes of the game. This is a very rapid pace.
Yeah, this is just where the 80 carries got to the point where they don't even need their front line anymore. Yeah, it looks like they overstayed just a tad, but again, with the Goldlies how they are, it doesn't really matter. They're going to go ahead and pick up that Mountain Drake, which will just further help them take down the towers. And if I were to guess, they'll just regroup and go ahead and pick up those 2 open inhibs.
Yeah, as you said, base is open, the map is available, inhibitors open on the top and mid side. Suddenly objectives able there, and as you see, Tristana just isn't at this point. 26 minutes into the game, hasn't finished that Infinity Edge, just can't break down the Fizzle and the support there, as he's just able to run away from the fight. Doesn't even go down to the stack there. You would have thought that Kenefu could burst that, but just doesn't have any armor pen right now, doesn't just have the damage.
Yeah, one of the issues of just being constantly shoved into base is really all of that Tristana can do to try to catch up is just catch those waves that are being pushed in, but...
Corrupted character is he actually going to catch out to Meagle, and a really nice play from him, using that explosive cast just to create the distance for his team to close up on that. That is singling him out. And again, Dr. Jekyll trying to get on Corrupted Whimsy, but Corrupted Whimsy is so tanky right now for this... for the damage available. I mean, we do have the Liandry's Torment out. Kanefu actually looks to go aggressive on Voltzy, but why would you do that into a 13-1 Corky right now? Gonna get absolutely Kimasu also trying to take on that fight at the mid, actually gonna lose it to Dr. Jekyll. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Raining Barrels taking down that inhibitor.
Yeah, so I think they're just getting a little desperate, trying to have some fun, see if they can take down a raid boss or two. But this should be the last push of the game. They should be able to end it pretty succinctly.
Raining Barrels actually pushing 2 to the top side of the map means that all of the inhibitors are now going to fall as a 4-man stack from Rift Rangers on the middle inhibitor. That is looking to fall. The Fizzle just trying to get in there also for that last little auto attack. Now they're going to push back. They've got options on the map available to them. I mean, they can just recall, reset as 5 and just win the fight in the enemy base. Sentinels in dire straits right now.
Yeah, it looks like they learned their lesson last time of overstaying, so I'm happy that they decided to go back and finally reset and just end it cleanly. But yeah, as you can see, even with the Cinder trying to get a pick, that Braum just hops in there and just negates almost all of her damage. So it's just a tough one for the Sentinels to try to get back from when they get countered so hard.
Yeah, so a little bit of armor on Motor War certainly means that the build path of the Jinx is a little bit aggressive, means that they're looking to bypass that tank and just skirmish like they have been on the map. But the advantage of the Elden Center just doesn't outweigh that extra crit item of the Runan's Hurricane and the BF Sword to match. That will probably be built into a Bloodthirster, I would have thought.
Yeah, and then that Corky just 15, 1, and 12, there's just not a whole lot you can do to stop that.
Right now the Fizzle is looking for something. Can he set something up? So much damage coming out. Kim Woo-Soo will absolutely blow up the Maokai. It doesn't even matter if you've got armor penetration when you've got so much damage. Raining Barrels also on the backside. He's trying to zone out to Meagle and Dr. Jekyll at the same time. Corrupted Whimsy has his explosive cast available. He'll use it to burst SKT Piglet into the team. Voltsy will look to pick that up, but the ultimate comes through on that one. He'll get now blasted out by Kim-Woo-soo, who gets the reset, now going on to Kim-Woo-soo, who will also fall to Kim-Woo-soo. Now Dr. Jekyll trying just to wait for it, does pick up the AD carry. He's just back in base right now, and the minions will finish off the job.
Yeah, and that's a pretty clean win from the Rift Raiders there, but I'll be curious to see how Sentinels react with their pick bans of the next game. See if they decide to ban out any of their big key players there.
Yeah, well, fantastic first game. Who will be coming back with you for a game number 2. We'll see if Sentinels can scramble a victory for that one, but that was a very disconnected fight. Super rapid play, wouldn't you say, Trineki?
Oh yeah, there was fights left and right. There were fights happening while other fights were happening. It was a crazy fun game to cast and to watch, for that matter.
I mean, 50 kills in 29 minutes, that is quite exemplary right there. I mean, we had action, it happened, and Voltsy and Kim-Woo-soo definitely the recipients of the gold tested from that.
Oh yeah, definitely. And then even the few minutes of the game where you normally don't even hardly see a first blood, there were like 16 kills or something crazy. That was just fight after fight.
All right, well, we will be right back with game 2. We are just going to take a short interval right now and get back into game number 2 in about 2 to 5 minutes.
Just to feel alive, another change. Cutting from the thoughts within, the clarity is wearing thin. Another time to dream this. Strong enough to reach the line. Are we on the final time? Forgive our lies, but we're cautioned by the hopes we had, thinking we could make it fair. Another chance to change this. Holding on to what we find. We don't wanna lose this fight. You, me, and gravity.
Alright guys, welcome to game number 2 of the RPL week 4. This is Sentinels versus Rift Rangers. Currently Sentinels is struggling a little bit. They are 0-1 in this series right now, and Rift Rangers have clinched the first game in game 1. So let's see if Sentinels can go ahead and take it to a game number 3. And we will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this game. Hopefully Sentinels will be able to bring it to a game 3. Dr. Jekyll now playing on that Orianna. Kainafu picking up that Jinx instead of Kim-Woo-soo, who's playing the rather aggressive early game Lucian right now, but he has the Leona to back that up, so that is so much pressure in the bottom part of the map. I'm kind of upset that we have the exhaust rather than the ignite on the Fizzle, because that could be a really kill threat lane if they wanted to do it that way. But both ADCs going for that Dorian's Blade as well means that they can play fairly aggressively into each other.
Right, and we have both tank junglers, so they should both go pretty much the same clear route. And then we have a Gangplank and Renekton top. I don't know if anyone else saw, but the Gangplank's loading in screen is really, really strange, and it made me pause for a second, but it was pretty cool. Anyways, so Gangplank into Renekton should go pretty evenly, because the Gangplank could just eat some fruit and get out of Renekton's stun. The jungle matchup is really what seemed to sway the game last time, so I'll be interested to see how that goes this time, because last game they were just going crazy pulling off ganks and trying to get those early kills out to their carries. Excuse me.
Yeah, exactly. Also, Voltzy again playing a fairly aggressive champion on the Syndra, can really look to burst people out with this champion right now. So we'll see if he's able to do that successfully. Can also have a little bit of a push on the wave early on, so is susceptible to ganks in that mid lane.
Yeah, the Orianna is actually supposed to be one of the more safe mid laners, so I'm guessing that they're just going to try to farm it out and just not let him get so far ahead, because the Orianna's team fight should be able to outscale that Syndra if she's able to get off some good ultimates. But it looks like both of the junglers are going to do pretty mirrored routes here. But it does look like the Gragas is going a little aggressive, because they noticed that the Sejuani started her blue.
Yeah, they actually saw that the bottom lane didn't actually leash because they were already pushing up, and they'll get level 2 first because of it, hopefully. But that has given license to Corrupted Whimsy to actually just sit into this push. They've been waiting there a very long time though, as Sejuani's doing pretty much full clear of the top side of the map. So he just has license to take this red buff away if he wants to. He is just going to pull that into the bush, so very wise of him. He is dropping a little bit low, but Sejuani is just not there right now to defend against this.
Yeah, and that's one of the Sejuani's clear was actually kind of strange. Normally, if you're gonna do a clear like that, you'd go blue to wolves to red, and then she would be meeting that Gragas right now. Whereas this time she's gonna go over and see that her red's taken and be kind of disappointed. And Gragas should be able to get back and take his red before Sejuani will be able to react, giving him a pretty clean 3-buff lead.
Yeah, SKT1 Tiglet may be looking for a little bit of a mid play actually, but Voltzy playing on the right side of the map. I don't think he'll get spotted out by this. Just needs to run. Actually, Flash comes out, double Flash, and gonna get matched by Voltzy. But that is 2 summoners burnt for 1, which means that the repeat gank might be equally successful.
Yeah, but also the Orianna's Flash is down too, so it can go either way with a repeat gank.
Oh, aggression in the bot side, but Tumiko just taking and absorbing so much damage right there means that the Fizzle actually drops a little bit low. Concussive blows can't quite proc on Kim Won-Soo as well. Means that they're just able to disengage that, but heavy trading in this bottom lane as well.
And so this is one of the matches where, even though Lucian is aggressive and should win a trade on Jinx, if Braum can jump in front of Jinx and...
Oh, here they go again and again. The barrel trying to come up. Kim Won-Soo trying to get him down, has to flash away, gonna get matched, and the exhaust comes out. Now the tower shot's gonna burn the heal as well. Will he fall? No, he just is able to relentless pursuit away from that. But in the mid side again, they are looking Corrupted Whimsy on the front line. SKT1 trying to get around that first blood, going over to Dr. Jekyll right there.
And there was what you were talking about earlier with the junglers trying to capitalize on the no flashes in the mid lane there. And it does end up with Corrupted Whimsy losing his life to the first blood for Dr. Jekyll.
Yeah, and with this wave priority as well, getting a nice CS lead, also picking up that red buff means that you can just sustain a lane and just push this wave a little bit quicker, as he will want to base with the gold lead. But again, they're going in bot lane. They also have Sejuani. SKT1 Piglets looking to pick this up. Tumiko will fall to the Lucian though. Unfortunate for that. Kainafu isn't going to secure the kill on that, as it will go over to SKT1 Piglet on the support Fizzle.
Yeah, it looked like they have a little bit of miscommunication there, where the Braum started running after the Lucian to zone him off, but...
SKT1's going for this, but he's just absolutely going to get annihilated by Kim Won-Soo there, was not respecting the fact that he was slow.
Man, that Lucian just has a lot of base damage, hence why he's such an aggressive AD carry, but yeah, that Sejuani did not land her Q and get the free stun off, so she was able to just get comboed and dropped.
Yeah, again, Kim and Sue having the lead in this bottom lane again with the CS lead. Also getting those 2 kills will mean that it really gives the Fizzle license to go in with this Leona and try and trade aggressively like they have been in the lane. So we should see more plays being created in this bot side of the map from this Leona.
Right, and if I was... Piglet has the right idea. They should be... He got the mid lane ahead, where he got the Dr. Jekyll got a kill, so she's now ahead of this Voltsy in the middle. But now he's...
Ultimate comes out, Dr. Jekyll, who is running him down with red buff right now. Flash not available for Voltsy. Means that he might fall to one more auto attack. He will secure the kill right there. Corrupted Whimsy trying to answer that in reply. Ultimate going to come down by raining barrels as the cannon barrage will not pick up the kill.
Yeah, that's where her lead just pops her straight to be able to 1v1 that Syndra, and Gragas coming in at a measly level 3 just is not enough to be able to take her down, even with the Gangplank ultimate coming through. But it looks like in top lane, Gangplank's actually has almost twice, a little less than twice over Necton CS on Moto War, which is fairly unfortunate. So it looks like Raining Barrels is going to be going a little bit ahead of the Moto War. But yeah.
We had casted a game previously, and when Raining Barrels gets on this GP, he is a threat all the way through the game. And the fact that he is farming well in this early stage of the match, where theoretically he is also just piling up on that gold of the passive. Let's just have a look how much he's on. Only 78 gold so far, but that will increase very rapidly now that he's picked up that Sheen in the top lane.
And that just gets to the question is, do you want to use Piglet to try to get your top laner back into that matchup? Or do you want to try to make sure that Kinefu and Tumeagle don't fall too far behind the Solution, who is currently 2-0?
Yeah, certainly decisions. You are a bit of a jungle main. Where would you prioritize your presser in this game?
So would be fairly hard. This is where I would be asking my laners, like, hey, if I came, do you think we'd be able to do something? And it looks like they are prioritizing the top lane this time, with the Sejuani pinging that she is coming there.
Yeah, on a ward though, so Raining Barrel's playing very safe back on the lane. He's also managed to reset it to the middle of the map, and it's now getting pushed on to him, so he should be fairly safe for this gank.
And since they were able to see the Sejuani up in the top lane, it looks like Kim Sun and the Fizzle is deciding to pressure pretty hard to try to pull the lead even further ahead. But the Jinx is hanging in there.
Yeah, actually, Voltsy gonna get Shockwave down in the mid lane, and that will be his demise right now. 3-0 on Dr. Jekyll, so he is having a mammoth early game right now. Finished off that lost chapter and can really accelerate the game from the mid lane. Flash coming forward as well. He's looking for more kills in this game. Corrupted Whimsy not gonna fall prey to that, but playing very aggressively, playing like he has a lead. This is a good aggression. Maybe we will see a game 3.
Yeah, so right now the game...
I was actually just diving him like that. I mean, that was just disrespect by Corrupted Whimsy onto the fairly fed Orianna, but there's a 3-man stack in the bot lane. SKT1 has his ultimate available. The stuns coming up onto Kimasu means that he will just fall down. Kainafu picking up the first kill, and Leona just managing to scuttle back to the tower.
Yeah, and this Orianna is just popping off this time. Dr. Jekyll definitely has his team on his shoulders right now, and we'll see how well he's able to pressure his lead and get to see if he can get the win out. Right now, the Raining Barrels is still 20 CS above the Renekton of Moto War, but with that gank from SKT Piglet, Kinefu and Tumeagle are now getting pretty close to catching back up to the Myung-Soo and the Fizzle. So
yeah, that's a bit of a hard name to say, and as you're right, it was a bit of a shame that Dr. Jekyll was back in base, otherwise they could have taken that very early red dragon available to them. Voltsy now under the line of fire is a bit of a 3-man stack. They are just looking to bait this, but I'm not sure Voltsy will walk up to it. He is looking for the wave. Actually, Flash going to come out by Tumeagle. He lands it, and Shockwave going to be brought into the equation there. Dr. Jekyll will not force to unleash power, and the Flash is burnt, but the Shockwave still lands.
Yeah, so that was a very good engage coming out from Tomb Eagle there. She didn't even have to walk up to be able to be caught out. And Kanufu just knows to just let the Kim push in so that she doesn't have to risk being caught out by the Fizzle with her Leona popping from a bush or something. And back on that engage, the Syndra has actually taken Cleanse, but she hasn't been able to use it because she's hardly gotten stunned before she's just completely fallen to a Syndra combo. Or,
Yeah.
sorry, Dr. Jekyll Oriana combo.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised after that fight they didn't again go for this Infernal trait that is available to both teams right now, especially having a little bit more gold onto this AD carry, matching up that Zeal for that Warhammer.
Yeah, well, it'd still be a little risky because they did get the kill from the Syndra, so they'd have a slightly numbers lead, but the Lucian would still be able to vastly outdamage the Jinx right now because Jinx just doesn't deal as much damage as Lucian. So
they are looking for a play on the bot lane as Dr. Jekyll uses the blasting punch to come over onto the side. The Fizzle already at half health. Shockwave is back available, isn't quite going to get used off that charge. Will it get forward? No, not again. Ultimate comes out for SKT1 Piglet. Glacial Prison not going to secure that, but the bot lane of Rift Rangers are low. Sentinels are looking for this. They sniff the lead. They do have 1,500 gold in the ascendancy right now. Can they capitalize this on an objective? They are looking for the bot lane tower. Oh, just the Fizzle taken so low already, and that will fall to Kanefu's ultimate right there. Super Mega Deathlock Hit. Now again, double kill for him. He's going forward. Kanefu gets the slow onto Voltsy. Now Voltsy's feeling very low, but the Unleashed Power will secure the kill back, and Voltsy will finally go down to SKT1 Piglet. But that is pressure that they needed. They have a couple more minion waves. Another one is piling into this tower, and it's not responded in the mid lane as Voltsy have already roamed down, so that'll be first tower, first brick going over to Sentinels. This is the start they needed to push it to a game number 3.
yeah, this time unfortunately Kanufu ends up falling, but they still do get the first blood tower, and I believe they had 3 kills on that as well, so they're just continually being able to extend their lead. And Renekton does have that threat to make Gangplank cancel his TP with his stun, so Gangplank couldn't reliably TP without just walking extremely far away from the tower.
This would be a 3v3. This might be a little bit greedy for Sentinels. This Corrupted Windy comes and actually takes the Infernal Trade. That was a really nice pickup. Now there's 2 very low members. Tomb Eagle will fall first, then SKT1 Piglets.
Yeah, so that was a very unfortunate overstay coming from the Sentinels there to shore up their lead a little bit, but they're still quite a bit of lead. They have, I think, a solid 2k lead going on right now, so hopefully they'll decide to just play it a little safer and keep their lead going.
Yeah, it's actually difficult to rotate this 3-1 Jinx outside of lane right now, as you have to defend against this bottom lane push. But theoretically, when you get that tower, you want to push out this bottom wave, try and rotate it, but the Gangplank Raining Bow is actually very low in the top lane as he takes the heavy trade with Moto War, forcing the Dominers out. But the stack from the Fizzle's going in. He's going to take a lot of auto shots, actually going to fall, going to get the reset, means that he can maybe run away from the culling. Yeah, he will. Maybe you can turn back round as well, as Tomb Eagle's looking to catch the prey. One more tower means that the tower aggro will fall in Kimasu. Only 1 tower shot though, as Voltsy is looking to come down already on a control board though, means that he can't quite secure anything else.
It does look like they might be setting up to dive. No, she's backing off. They did not decide.
Oh, they are collapsing back onto Corrupted Whimsy, but a whiffed ultimate by Dr. Jekyll there means that the flash forward from Corrupted Whimsy was... it was actually just a body slam, but unfortunately that ult missed. But never mind, it was picked up by the top lane on Moto War. He'll secure a blue buff for himself. A little bit of CDR on that Renekton, as he's actually going aggressive. He might give the blue buff away. He will. Over to Raining Bow's a little bit over eager there.
Yeah, so unfortunately it looked like looks like Voltsy's gonna try to contest this.
I'm just waiting for something. Maybe the Fizzle will start the fight off, as maybe he'll look for Dr. Jekyll. I don't think he will. But with the top laner of Raining Barrels, like, theoretically you have access to this, with Karen Barrage available as well.
Oh, he missmited by 50 HP.
That means that the fire will start vaulting very low. Kenafu kind of overextending for that, not going to get the last hit, means that Raining Barrels also has to run away. So there's a 4-man stack, 4 Sentinels. They're going to clean up the fizzle as Concussive Blow's going to pick up that one. Raining Barrels also going to secure that SKT1 Piglet, will not fall in the process.
So it looks like they ended up going 2-0, but they still did lose the Rift Herald. Rift Rangers managed to pick that up.
Yeah, the
Gragas
clutch
uses
fizzle
all.
plays.
Does not get anything from that. And it looks like, yeah, they'll pick up another tower topside. And that'll make it 2 towers to... Depends on... Yeah, it should be 2
Well,
towers.
Kimitsu will get that in the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a trade, but the fight over, definitely the Fizzle picking up that Rift Herald. Exemplary play from that support. Also manages to pick up, which is great for him as well. Struggling on this Leona as he just isn't really ahead of the curve, which means that if you are that sort of tanky engaged support and you are on the support budget, means that you're going to struggle a little bit and you will get bursted down quite substantially. But that is an ultimate out of Dr. Jekyll there. Shockwave not going to be created too much. Corrupted Winsy just trying to see what he can create.
Yeah, so that's a pretty big ultimate coming away from the Orianna. And it looks like Piglet's gonna get a catch down on this Lucian.
Oh, yeah. Crazy. TP is coming out of Raining Barrels as he wants a little bit of the piece of the action. Maybe just securing the 80 carries life there. Kimitsu, Super Mega Death Rocket just gonna go wide, but the collapse is down for the Crocodile. Motor War is looking for this. Who can he get? But will he just straight up march into that? He's stalling the game out, so that is quite nice of him. Looking for Kimitsu. Can he? Does get the stun, and Piglet is over the wall as well. That'll be secured.
Yeah, unfortunately, Kimsung did not get to pick up another tower and got a little greedy trying to stay down there to pressure. Even with the gangplank of Raining Barrels coming down to help. It looks like they're going to pick up a pretty easy mid lane turret here.
Oh, Motor War wants this. The Fizzle also just trying to tank up. It seemed like the Leona was more tanky than Motor War right now, so he has only finished the Tiamat and that Fist, so he isn't exactly tanky himself.
This game is just seeming to look exactly like the previous game. Always the blue side just going crazy and getting kill after kill onto their carries. As we can see that Dr. Jekyll is 5-0-4 on this Orianna, and then Kenefu is 4-1-3 on her Jinx. Both of those carries just coming out with a lot of kills into this mid game to where they can just end up pressuring the map and taking over most of the objectives.
Yeah, because of the exemplary farm on Raining Barrels right now, has finished that Triforce, also got the Serrated Dirt. What do you think about the sort of hodgepodge of items of the Phage, Tiamat, and Durham's Fist available on the Renekton?
So it looks like Renekton's just trying to kind of keep alive at this point. He started going a normal Renekton build with a Phage and Tiamat to kind of get those combos going, and then it looks like he just realized he needed to get more tankiness, so he's gonna go ahead and build out the tanky Tiamat on him that I just drawn a blank on right now, and then he's probably going to build that into a Black Cleaver to just give his team a lot of armor shred to further help that Jinx when it hits the late game.
Yeah, just shred with that Ruinous Hurricane. As you said, also Gargoyle Stoneplate picked up very early for SKT Piglet right now. Rift Herald actually going to be dropped by the Fizzle down right onto this mid lane tower. Kind of get at the charge of it, but Bolty's there on the flank. I don't think he wanted that, as he's going to absolutely melt to SKT Piglet, and Corrupted Winsy's now on the front. Kimitsu trying to reposition in the fight, means Motor War's going to stun him up right now, and SKT Piglet's going to live back over, and he's going to fall down. SKT1 going to secure that kill. Now they're going back on. Concussive Blow's going to finish off the fight there as well. Means that Tomb Eagle's gonna secure his second kill of the game. Little bit of a whitewash says Raining Barrels wasn't able to contribute much more than his ultimate.
So back on the Sejuani build, that Stoneplate's actually pretty interesting because generally when your carries are pretty far ahead, you want to go either into some more supporty build of an Aegis or a Nice Vow, but seeing it's Braum Rush Nice Vow, you wouldn't want to double that. Or you'd want to go Warmog so that you could continually dive people and then just kind of walk out, regen all your health, and then go rinse and repeat. But at this point, they've gotten to where as long as she builds tanky items and stands in front of their Jinx on Knefu and Dr. Jekyll that they shouldn't have too much of a problem to just go ahead and sweep over the Rift Ragers this game.
Yeah, Dr. Jekyll playing like a different animal this game. 6-0-7 on him. Finished the Morellonomicon, now looking for the Echo as well. Looking very big. This is the balance though, but this is very aggressive. Culling comes out just for the DPS right now. They do have a tank of Corrupted Whimsy, so they won't go too low on this, but a little bit of a run-in. Super Mega Deathlock are going to get Raining Barrels and Corrupted Whimsy solo, but that is going to get secured by Rift Rangers. Motor War maybe looks to try and secure this again. Ulti flashing into the pit. That was a little bit crazy. Heal now holds on Moto War. And Tumigal looking to secure the kill onto Fizzle as Exhaust and Concussive Blows will come out. That'll be locked up on that last solo of Dr. Jekyll. And now more CC coming loaded and barrel loaded on from SKT Piglet. Securing the kill for Sentinels means that they lose the Baron, but they actually secure the fight, and maybe they can get the push on this.
Yeah, even with 2 members down for Rift Raiders, though, it was still a pretty positive trade because they'll be able to defend these towers a lot easier with the Rift Herald and, Baron, and also with the death timer so low that their Volti is already back up to go ahead and join their defense.
Yeah, this is bad for the Syndra right now, as he just doesn't have there was a dive now coming out as SKT Piglet is going to tank that up along with Tumigals, who is going to fall. The kills are coming out. Knefu trying to reposition as he was tanking tower. It hasn't quite fallen yet. Kimasu going to get dropped by Dr. Jekyll, who is flashing health bar himself.
So it looks like I was wrong. It didn't end up mattering because they were able to just engage off of those and just pick up the towers pretty easily.
Yeah, in the meantime, Motor War is literally just mowing down the wave in the top side of the map, also looking to just drop this inhibitor tower, as Knefu just trying to survive against the Leona, but now the slows come in, and CC that Fizzle is going to drop. He was looking for that Zenith Blade, but he wasn't going to find it. Half power on this tower, now it's down to a third. So many range minions on this tower right now means that Corrupted Whimsy actually burns his ultimate. Right now, Motor War just going to slice into the tower. Can he get the dice out as well? No, he doesn't quite have the time for that. And Foxy might pick up the kill. Kimasu also there. He'll secure that one.
Yeah, so Motor War decided his life was worth the tower and grabbed that first inhib tower down, which should open up the map to where if they just wanted to push and grab a free inhib and then pull off to either Dragon or Baron while the super minions pressure, that wouldn't be an awful strategy.
Yeah, I mean, they now do have an 8k gold lead right now, so they are looking fairly strong and well placed. Sentinels looking like they might take this all the way right now. Opening up that inhibitor in the top side as well, probably worth the Renixon's life right there.
Yeah, exactly. It definitely opens up a ton of pressure. But again, this Gangplank's farm is the best in the game. He has he now has 200 farm, and he's finished out his Youmuu's Triforce Swiftness Boots combo, so now he can just kind of run around and just throw out those barrels. But I don't know if he has enough damage just yet to be able to third health or 2/3 health the AD carry yet, but once he gets to that point, the game is anyone's.
Yeah, exactly. They're looking to reset the map a little bit now. SKT1 Piglet, Tumigal, they're all there. The party is bot lane.
Yeah, right
They're
now.
trying to find something, but they don't have the waves in their favor. They're just hunting in the jungle, but they're not going to find anything. They need to reset the map, start trying to pressure out these towers again if they're wanting to accelerate this lead.
Right now they're just grabbing all of the vision. The more that they clear, the better it will be for the Sentinels to be able to just surprise the Rift Raiders and either make a catch or just out-rotate them because they suddenly just appear somewhere that you didn't spot them out for.
And now they could maybe fight 4v5 as the Jinx isn't there, which gives them license to maybe go forward. There isn't a lot of damage coming out right now. Raining Barrels maybe going to look for that pretty big shockwave coming out right now. The Fizzle is going to drop first to the Orianna. Now they're looking to go aggressive. The Sentinels are on the rampage. And Kanefu, can he land the slow onto Raining Barrels? No, he won't. SKT Piglet managing to secure that with Dr. Jekyll securing that kill. Now they're looking for the open inhib. They've also got the wave mid lane as well to rotate. But this could be the game. 25 minutes in. They don't have the wave, so they'll probably have to just take the 2 inhibs.
Yeah, when you have most of your tanks so fed that they can just stand in front of the opposing team for a solid 20 seconds while your AD carry goes and joins the fight, there's just not a whole lot you can do as the Rift Raiders when you have a beefy Sejuani and a Braum shield just standing in front of you in a choke off. Like, you can't get your damage past that shield, and then when you can't kill anyone, and the Jinx just comes in with an Orianna to back them up, and you end up just dropping like flies.
Yeah, this is a good play for them right now. Sentinels are looking to take on this Ocean Drake, reset the map, then look to force on the bottom part. They've also got the Baron coming up in a minute 40, so options available for them right now. They could either stall it up, look to take that objective and then go bottom, or they could literally just think that they have the pressure on the side lanes with this fairly fed Renekton, who can
Baron
just usher
coming
the
up
wave.
in I think it's coming up in like a minute 30. They could easily just stall around, wait for a pick and end off of a pick, or just wait for that Baron to come up and just slowly push in and win the game pretty handily. Right now they have so much gold and they have a hyper carries to outscale the bot lane that there's, as long as they don't make a mistake and get caught, they should be able to easily push in and take it to game number 3.
Yeah, Corrupted Whimsy just trying to eke out a little bit of pressure there in the jungle, trying to get a few advance wards, but I think the call seems to be for Baron right here for Sentinels, as that's where they're picking, that's where they're looking to go, that's where they send their carries just to secure that. But Corrupted Whimsy's playing very aggressive here, clearing out this vision. I mean, maybe Rift Rangers just aren't aware of the Baron timings. Also, they just have to be on wave clear duty right now for these minions just pouring into the base as well, giving Sentinels a lot of time to set up for this Baron play that they're looking to take in 25 seconds.
They also do not have vision of anyone from Sentinels right now, so even if they were at Baron, you couldn't really see them there, and they can't take the risk to face check because for all they know, they could be sitting at any one of the entrances to topside jungle just waiting to get a pick and end the game.
Yeah, exactly. So now the Baron spawns and they're on it immediately. Kanefu can just rip through this objective right here. Also just backed up. No one's taken any damage as well. We do have that Warmogs on SKT Piglet, who maybe can pick up a kill on the Fizzle, who's having to run back to the base. We do also have the TP available, Motor Wall just on the side wave, just pushing this out, already getting the objective for the team with these Baron minions already present. He is now getting collapsed on the Corrupted Whimsy, maybe coming for the pick, but forcing the flash out of Motor Wall means that the Sentinels are coming for this tower now, and the Fizzle looking for the engagement, but that is on the front line, only gets the Fizzle with a shockwave. Means that we've reset the fight. Kanefu's untouched though, his exhaust goes down to Corrupted Whimsy. And now Kanefu can go forward, he picks up Kimasu, he flashes forward now aggressively. And he can pick up the kills, gets another reset double kill coming out. Super Mecha Death Rocket will pick up the ace there. The minions are here, and this will be the game, forcing us into a game 3. What a fantastic series of events. Really nice, fairly methodical play there. 13k gold lead in the Ascendancy, 0 deaths on Dr. Jekyll as well, who played an immaculate early game, providing those shockwaves for the team as well in the late game, and the damage coming through from Kanefu, just with the objectives, knowing that we had that solid tank line of the Sejuani, really showing a testament to why this meta is strong right now.
Yeah, exactly. Great game from both sides, and that we'll see you guys for game number 3 in just a minute.
Tempo is a good word.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 3 of the Sentinels versus Rift Raiders. Currently, it is 1-1 with Sentinels pulling in clutch with the second game and bringing them to game number 3. Let's see if Rift Raiders can get back into their tempo and take home the win, or if Sentinels will come in clutch and pull a 0-2 sweep. And with that, we will start our match in 3, 2, 1, go. So it looks like that Raining Barrels is in the top lane with Renekton. Corruptive Whimsy is on the new Xin Zhao. Voltzy is on Cassiopeia. Kim Myung-soo is on Jinx. And the Fizzle is on Braum. And then over for the Sentinels, we have Moto War on Gnar. SKT Piglet coming in with the new Evelynn. Dr. Jekyll on Orianna. Ken Nefu on Ashe. And Tomb Eagle on Tom Kench.
Yeah, the new Evelynn I do not know a lot about, but certainly moves very graceful through the jungle. You can certainly target someone and then charm them up. Has a lot more mobility with the ultimate now. It's a little bit like the Zed being able to jump back to your previous position as well. Again on the Xin Zhao, has a little bit of an upgraded kit so he can have a little bit of more mobility, and the Crescent Guard also gives him the ability to just stop ranged auto attacks on him, making him a little bit more of a tank. Also gives him license to build a little bit more aggressive because he can just shut out the damage that he doesn't want and try and duel people. So it's providing a lot more of his kit available to him. Both junglers looking to start on the bot side of the map means that no shenanigans will happen at level 1 and no one will really get the push on the bot lane like they did last game.
Yeah, and talking about the team comps right now, it looks like Rift Raiders is going to be taking a more in-game with both of their carries being hyper-scaling carries and a Braum to just kind of stand in front of them. With the other, with Sentinels, it looks like they're taking into a very team comp heavy and catch heavy comp with an Knefu's Ashe arrow being able to make a pick from across the map essentially, and Tomb Eagle on Tom can just ult in behind someone and make a quick pick, or Evelynn can pop in from the shadows and do the same.
Yeah, I actually really like the Evelynn pick into the two fairly mobile carriers of Voltzy and Kim Myung-soo playing the Cassiopeia and Jinx respectively right now. That could be a good pick. With that lack of mobility, as I said, can really potentially come in, but already Corrupted Whimsy looking to go aggressive in the jungle is going to meet up with SK1 Piglet, has the red buff actually, so has the advantage in this trade right now, and is forcing the flash out of SKT Piglet. Now the bot lane looking to collapse Orianna as well means that Corrupted Whimsy doesn't quite have his teammates available to him right now. Gonna have to flash over the wall onto Orianna right now. Means that that's forcing another flash right there. 2 for 1 on the flashes of the jungler and mid laner for Sentinels. So that was a really good invade overall for Corrupted Whimsy.
Yeah, and Dr. Jekyll actually used her cleanse as well, so she will not be able to have that up for the next fight either, which just opens her up even more for a nice gank from a Xin Zhao. But early game, I believe Xin Zhao should beat this Evelynn, but Evelynn definitely takes the win when it comes to being able to gank and make good flank plays with her invisibility. But that was a very, very ballsy invade from the Xin Zhao, knowing that Sentinels would be able to collapse faster, but it did seem to work out in his favor.
While Voltzy on this Cassiopeia can push the wave early, and kind of did, but with the aggression in the top wave, Raining Barrels getting well low, having the wave now frozen under his tower, means that maybe the Xin Zhao can look to take an option for their Motor Wall, actually playing aggressive now, trying to just get vision, is going to pop that, but I don't think he's going to spot Corrupted Whimsy. He does place down a ward, so that should pick him up. Has the blasting pod over as well, so maybe can look to secure this, but Motor Wall playing very safe here. Just trying to take out the vision of that Scuttler in the top side of the jungle.
Yeah, so Motor War is doing a great job of trying to make sure that this Xin Zhao doesn't get the jump on the Evelynn again by just making some deep wards so you can spot him. And once you spot him,
Dr. Jekyll doesn't have his flash available for him. Voltzy also running out of mana but trading his health bar for it. Dr. Jekyll has to run away. Isn't actually going to get engaged on by Corrupted Whimsy, but solid play there.
Those look like they're trying to collapse on this Zen Zhao.
Dr. Jekyll's there as well, means SK2 on Piglet. He kind of just has to try and trade his life. First Blood's going to go over to that Evelyn right there. SKT Piglet going to pick that up. Secured for his team.
Yeah, it doesn't look like the Gnar decided to try to follow up because he did not want to take a 2v1 fight. Or wait, no, Gnar's on the wrong team. My bad, before that. Anyways.
Yeah, certainly when you are jungling, it is a team enterprise right here. You do have to, when you go aggressive in the jungle, you need to make sure that your laners can collapse first. The Orianna managing to support SKT Piglet means that the first blood will go over to that jungler, giving them the lead. It means that shutting the jungler down here for Rift Rangers is not really going to happen.
Yeah, I do like the priority that they are putting on vision, but it looks like are looking to dive.
Oh, Motor War going solo, but will get bursted down. Sorry about that, but Motor War so low in that exchange is going to secure the kill. So now Even has the first 2 kills under the belt. This is nice for the Sentinels. Now they can start to look to play a little bit more aggressive. Also, trading that lost chapter for that tier of the goddess means that these mid laners are just going to trade waves evenly.
Yeah, and mid lane being pretty even, this bot lane is starting to get a pretty big disparity with the Kim is almost twice the CS of Kinefu again. So it looks like they might want, the junglers might want to start looking bot lane to either extend Kim's lead or to shut down Kim a little bit and get Kinefu back into the fight, because we saw what happened the first game when you get Kim with too many kills.
Yeah, again, we do seem like the bot lane of Rift Rangers are superior in this farm presence of the early game. Kimsu having another lead, as you said, and again, Corrupted Whimsy trying to look to go aggressive, but Motor War is all the way from the top lane right now, trying to just pile in the autos. Can he trade back? No, he won't. SKT Piglet picking up his 2nd kill of the game.
Well, yeah, one of the unfortunate things about Evelyn is that she is not the strongest person to clear her own jungle, especially with the rework. I don't believe she can clear nearly as fast. She is definitely more of a gank-heavy jungler. So every time that Corrupted Whimsy decides to invade with near full health, he's just going to be able to take on that Evelyn. But her team so far has done a fantastic job with the Gnar coming all the way from top lane to just lend a hand and turn that invade around.
Yeah, currently he's just still solo invading. He needs the team support and backup to make his play successful. Currently, they're just getting turned around on him, securing the early lead for Sentinels here, who are in the ascendancy and have that tempo of game number 2.
Right now, Sentinels or Rift Rangers really need to look into trying to get some vision down.
Oh, we're going to have Mega Gnar available in the top lane. Are they going to look for the fight? Ready Barrel's very low, actually going to get knocked against the wall right now. Means that Dominus is going to get popped out. Now they're trading in bot lane again, forcing the flash out of Fizzle. Means that Kim and Soo has to burn the flash as well. Gonna trade aggressively, and the kill goes down for the Renekton in the top lane. But flash forward by Dr. Jekyll isn't gonna quite pick anything up, as it is a messy fight, and the supports will fall in the bot lane.
Yeah, so that ends up being a 3-for-1 in favor of the Rift Rangers. So that'll definitely put them back into the game and give them some much needed gold on the top lane and the bot lane.
Yeah, Corrupted Whimsy again, but he just doesn't have the tank stats right now. He got taken solo, Super Mega Death Hook. Also going to fall. Red buff going to secure the kill from Dr. Jekyll, forcing the flash out of Kinefu. Shockwave comes out, and that will be the double over to Dr. Jekyll. Now that's equalized out. TP coming out for Moto War as well, as the Petrifying Gaze will not land on Dr. Jekyll. He's got blue buff, so he's got the mana available. Motor War maybe can tank a few of these shots, but maybe not too many. Dr. Jekyll certainly needs to come away with the damage. Now tanking it out. Too Evil trying to secure the kill, flashing forward. Botsy going to secure that onto Dr. Jekyll, so now double buff traded over to the mid laner of Rift Rangers.
Volsy started out that play extremely unlucky, missing almost everything, but then she just completely turns it around and ends up picking up the kill onto Dr. Jekyll and escaping when Braum jumps in, standing by her side. That's a very good turnaround play to pick up and actually puts them in the lead from the Rift Rangers.
Yeah, exactly. The gold lead is very close again. Early aggression as we are getting a kill a minute right here. The recipients of these has potentially been the mid laner and jungler for Sentinels right now, and Kim and Sue as well, trying to pick up a little bit of farm as well in the bottom lane.
And they're putting a lot of their efforts just into constantly ganking and constantly fighting around all those lanes to try to get one of those just disgusting leads that the last 2 games have ended up coming with. But right now they're fairly even with 4 kills to 6 and just a 600 gold lead going on the Rift Raiders sides. So it looks like this is going to end up being a pretty close game, at least for now, until something crazy happens.
Yeah, maybe an arrow coming out from Kanefu could secure something on Kim and Sue right now. As the Fizzle just trying to ward and secure vision around the Ocean Drake that could be spawning, but again, roamed from Dr. Jekyll. He's looking to come down to the bottom side of the map. And Voltsy, who has double buffs, hasn't quite wrestled control of that lane. SKT Piglet also down to this bottom side, so Jinx, Kim and Sue having to just run away, giving a lot of attention to this.
You know, one of the things I'd really like to see Toon Eagle do.
Oh, the arrow's available. The arrow will come out to Kim and Sue. SKT Piglet also there available. Gets the charm up as well. That means that he will fall. Kill goes over to SKT Piglet, and Dr. Jekyll has already roamed down. That might be the kill secured. Yes, double over to Piglet right now. And Voltsy trying to get Petricorn Gate just secures it onto Team Eagle. Really nice shotgun just to disengage the Cassiopeia. Ultimate coming down for Corrupted Whimsy, but Voltsy just providing that sustained damage right now. Dr. Jekyll looking to trade something back, will onto Corrupted Whimsy. Now the trade comes out for the mid laners who just party in bot lane right now. Oh.
Yeah, so that was a very good roam coming from Voltsy to just kind of even out those trades in the bot lane, and no one ended up being able to really take too much objectives from that, though Dr. Jekyll is getting a lot of damage on that tower, and Kim is missing quite a bit of CS, but she does still have a 20 CS lead, so I don't think it's going to make too much of a dent into her CS lead. But one thing I'd really like to see coming from this Toon Eagle is you can actually sit on the tri-bush right beside your tower, and you can just ult your jungle. So SKT Piglet, you could just ult SKT Piglet right behind their lane, and all of a sudden you could appear with 3 people just right behind everyone, and there's just not a whole ton you can do with that. Especially with this Evelyn, you could actually send Evelyn in behind, and you could do that for Dr. Jekyll and all.
SKT Piglet actually flashing forward again, so much damage onto Kim and Sue, not going to be followed up by Toon Eagle as he has to run away. Concussive blows not quite going to land there. Now the Fizzle trying to re-engage, but Kim and Sue solo will get Ash eaten up. This will be his demise right now, and the ultimate of Ash then Enchanted Arrow is going to go wide. SKT Piglet is putting on a just showmanship right now, trying to charm up the Fizzle. Kanefu gonna take concussive blows as well, but there's just not enough follow-up. Corrupted Whimsy also feels a little bit less on the tanky side right now, finishing that Blood Razor. So maybe Blade the Rune King for him, but Dr. Jekyll maybe looking to get a core tower right now, but gonna get traded back on the kill of the Fizzle. Voltsy also now gets chumped up. Corrupted Whimsy gonna fall against the Orianna, who's so fed now. Morello Nomicon 5-1 kills on Dr. Jekyll. Gotta come in for that one. SKT Piglet gonna secure that kill, jump back as well to avoid the tower aggro. Super Mega Death Rocket gonna go wide as well. Kim and Sue doesn't even want to stay for this tower. I think this is going to be first tower available going over to Sentinels. This is the breakthrough in the game. They can also look to consolidate their lead onto the Ocean Drake as well if they want.
It does look like you're going to pull to the Ocean Drake, but the Rift Raiders might be able to get back up in time to contest that. Luckily, Ash is going to take this Blasting Cone over to deny that from Corrupted Whimsy. So if Corrupted Whimsy does want to contest this, he's going to have to flash, but it does not look like anyone's going to be there in time. And they're going to be able to pick this up pretty free. So with all of those kills going down bot lane, it does just skyrocket Sentinels into the lead there. And they're able to get 2 objectives and walk away pretty unscathed.
Yeah, blue buff going to be successfully handed over to Dr. Jekyll in the mid lane. The engagements that Corrupted Whimsy chose to take in the early game. The level 1 invade kind of worked out for them, but past that point it didn't really. And that's just given so much damage over to Dr. Jekyll and SKT Piglet. Clearly Piglet knows his champion, even though it's only really the Wii work has been out for a week. He's clearly been playing it and does know the limits of it, and fairly successful picking up the revolver as well for extra damage.
Yeah, SKT Piglet is just abusing that, sorry.
Motorwar is in the pit right now as Rift Herald has been started up. Motorwar looking to go down, but ultimately Enchanted Arrow by Konafu not quite securing the kill of Corrupted Whimsy, as Crescent Guard is gonna just keep him alive. Oh, Dr. Jekyll has Shockwave. Will he be able to use it? The chompers won't really work. Flash available, but so much damage down as the charm comes through. Shockwave through Corrupt. Oh, he's going down. Bolton trying to secure the second kill. Not quite going to be able to. Kanefu flashing forward aggressively to secure it onto the Cassiopeia. Volty going to fall off that. Now Exhaust comes down on Corrupted Whimsy as Dr. Jekyll's going to go down to the flash of Corrupted Whimsy. Gonna be chomped up by Tomb Eagle. Now he's gonna fall too. Kanefu, no, it's gonna be picked up by Tomb Eagle on the support right now. This is a good lead for Sentinels as they're now looking to chase down the Dominus onto Raining Barrels. Has the ultimate. Tomb Eagle's gonna try and transport his team with the Abyssal Voyage. Gonna catch out the Fizzle as well. This is a near whitewash.
And there's just not a whole lot you can do from the Rift Raiders at this point, because you have a 5, 2, and 6 Dr. Jekyll, and then SKT Piglet can just essentially show up from anywhere if you don't have a pink ward down to see her. And with the new rework, she is definitely a force to be reckoned with all the CC that she can bring to the table.
Yeah, especially now Luden's Echo almost finished for Dr. Jekyll as well. That'll be a substantial power spike for him. Attached to that Rylai Scepter, finished for Volty. That's been there for a while, scaling up also on that tier now.
Yeah, and SKT Piglet is looking to get that Rift Herald, but I don't think that the Rift Raiders can do too much to stop this at all. Yeah, they're gonna pick that up pretty free. Hopefully they don't forget to, yeah, okay, they grabbed it.
Yeah, Sentinels had nice vision control there, managing to pick that up with 3 minutes left on the spawn time, and now they're looking to go topside. Shockwave actually can land onto Raining Barrels, means that he's gonna go down to the auto attack. Corrupted Whimsy also in the back, gonna get absolutely soloed out by SKT Piglet as well. Gonna be rewarded with the tower. They've lost minions, so SKT Piglet kind of has to run. Also burns the flash because he doesn't want to take the third auto from the tower.
They are gonna drop Herald and try to shove down that second tier turret, but it looks like the Fizzle and Volty are gonna be there to contest it along with Kim.
Yeah, Super Mega Death Wing gonna go wide, but the Fizzle can't really stay in there. That's gonna be the ultimate coming out of Volty right now. Dr. Jekyll going forward, gonna secure the kill onto Volty. Petrifying Gaze not doing a lot. Kimitsu also gonna fall as SKT Piglet just runs away from the tower in the other direction. With this Rift Herald down as well, they secure 2 towers in quick succession, elevating this gold lead to now 9k in this early stage of the game at 80 minutes.
Yeah, that probably spells the death for the Rift Raiders, but we'll have to see. They do have a Jinx, which is a pretty big hyper carry, and a Cassiopeia that can also scale up really well. If they are able to defend this and stall it out just a little bit to get them some more items, they might be able to pull out the W. But right now it is looking pretty grim for the Rift Raiders.
Yeah, certainly so. We do have Infinity Edge and that fairly early completion of that Runa's Hurricane finished for Kanefu. He is well placed in this game right now. Needs to upgrade those boots of speed to Berserker's Grease. He will do that momentarily. Also finish that Proto Pelt onto the even. So much damage for SKT Piglet right now. Also completing that Sheen. So probably looking forward to going to that Lich Bane. Also probably going to get a Void Staff coming out of Dr. Jekyll, third item.
Yeah, they're just looking to completely destroy them, but just with soul damage, because that Evelyn can just pop up and one-shot pretty much anyone she decides, and you could even kill Corrupted Whimsy pretty easily. And then Oriana is just going to go straight damage. She doesn't even want to bother with trying to grab a Zanya's or anything, because she does have the Tompkins to eat her if any of them gets into a pickle. So it looks like they're gonna try to finish this with just brute forcing it down their throats.
Yeah, with the one draft flash forward hand absolutely exploded by Dr. Jekyll there with the shockwave. Oh, he did not last long.
SKT Piglet did have to ult away from the Cassiopeia that was chasing him down though, but it does not look like Evelyn's ultimate is on a very long cooldown, so that should be back up before anything major happens.
I'm just actually reading this ability, Last Caress. I mean, that does a fair amount of damage. It's a bit of an execute as well, so it does more damage if you're below 30% health. So just to note, it's doing 500 damage after that before the execute, and about 250 beforehand. So quite a big damage increase for that. And Super Mega Death Bucket just going to go wide as the second Ocean Drake will be forwarded over to Team Sentinels right now.
And right now,
Oh, they're looking for the charm, and again, Corrupted Whimsy just doesn't have the defensive stats right now, so he's looking to potentially finish the try. Oh no, he's going for that Black Cleaver with that Kindle Gem. But the Fizzle now taking damage on the tower. Motor will get some horrendously massive ult. Wow, 3-man ult for him. Not quite managing to secure the kills of that as he will fall, but he's certainly repositioned to potentially take that further.
yeah, unfortunately, no one was really there to follow, but it's still a very impressive Gnar ultimate coming out from Moto War. But Corruptive Onesie is just in a really unfortunate spot. He started going Blood Razor on the Xin Zhao, which is pretty standard, and starts building into Black Cleaver, which is again just the route that most Xin Zhaos do go, but it started getting out of hand.
Oh,
And then he
Shockwave
started
trying
getting
to
starved.
forcing his flash out.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
Orianna is just 9-2 and 8 with so much gold on her that she can almost one-shot anyone she decides. There's just not a whole lot you can do for it.
can go back, doesn't quite have enough to finish the Void stuff. I think maybe just needs a little bit more gold for that. But there's two build paths that you can go with the Xin Zhao, right? There's the Blood Razor as a Super Mega Death Bucket, just looking to see if they were starting the Baron. That's not going to happen. Can also pick up that blue trinket if they want to.
Yeah.
But certainly can use that SKT Piglet, looking to maybe take this 1v1, forcing the Crescent Guard out of Corrupted Whimsy right there.
Yeah, she was spotted out by the pink ward before she was able to do too much to that Corrupted Whimsy.
Blue buff now going to get contested. SKT Piglet just going to secure that with Smite. I'm trying to talk about the Xin Zhao build right here, but they're just not letting me.
There's too much going on.
You can either go Blade Razor and then Blade the Rune King if you sort of want to go for that sustained DPS, but generally the most success, particularly in the higher elos, has been for that Warrior, and then looking to go for that Trinity Force for a little bit more tankiness and a little bit more burst as well.
Right, but at this point he really just needs to be able to survive in Orianna, but doesn't have the gold to really get much. Because
Kimitsu actually has to flash away from Piglet, but Piglet has the red buff, and that'll be a kill secured over again. 9, 3, and 5 on that. That is just so much damage on a fairly immobile AD carry. No chance for Kimitsu.
yeah, with SKT Piglet just as fed as she is, unless you just spam pink wards everywhere, you can hardly leave your base without getting just instant one-shotted and deleted as an AD carry.
Yeah, this will give them the right to contest for the Baron. Take that absolutely for free. Rift Rangers didn't want anything to do with that. That leaves Sentinels up with almost an 11k gold lead right now as that Void Staff is finished. Also got a Warhammer now finished for the Ashe. So maybe a little bit of CDR looking just to engage with that Enchanted Crystal Arrow.
So yeah, this game does look to be another pretty one-sided game with an 11k gold lead going for the Sentinels. With Baron on their side, they're probably just going to be looking to push down one lane and grab an inhib. And the bot lane still has its outer tower, so that is definitely the route that they're going to choose. And they're probably going to send Motor War up top or mid to pressure with his Baron and his TP to join if a fight does break out. And they're just going to try to take this pretty methodical. Does look like Evelyn's going to try to make it catch out here with her one-shot abilities.
Yeah, certainly. They are now looking to come around bottom. Actually, Kimitsu getting a lot of poke down onto SKT Piglet, forcing the Ultimate out and going to get eaten up by 2 Meagle as well. Super Mega Death will going to secure the kill, however. Kimitsu certainly has been farming up and does the damage. A little bit of disrespect for that one, but they're still trying to charge down there. Kenafu just trying to run away from Voltsy right now. They're trading up in the top lane. Dominus has been popped. Also, Gnar has come out as well. Who's winning this one? The minions are on the side of Motor will force Raining Barrels back under the tower. Motor has this side push, and with the Baron minions, he can just burst down onto this tower as well. Just on this mini Gnar form, already down to half health. No one's coming up to help him. Kimitsu's been called up to the roster right now, as he might suicide again for the tower. I don't think he can quite do that as well. Actually has to flash away, but this means that it's 3v3 in the bottom lane. Enchanted Arrow is going to come out. Shockwave also going to just annihilate Voltsy there. Corrupted Whimsy is trying to survive with the credit card as well. Going to get flash on from Kenafu. Going to slow as well and pick up the double kill on the back end of that. This is more objectives over 2 Sentinels now, as they are tanking up this bottom lane of the tower. More minions coming in as well. Dr. Jekyll going to usher those into the bot lane.
And at this point, even with Kim being has so much more farm than Kenafu's utility is just so much more valuable right now, because you do have Dr. Jekyll, which is able to just lay down so much damage.
Dr. Jekyll does so much damage right now to Kim and Sue. Sorry, I mean, that is just horrendous damage right there. What could you do as a poor AD carry right now against that? Voltsy just trying to burst out Murder Wall, but Murder Wall has the defenses, Frozen Mallet as well, just to kite them away. Corrupted Whimsy just feels a little bit lackluster right now, as at this level 11. I mean, Dr. Jekyll is level 13 right now, not really where you want. Having finished that Black Cleaver as well, now building that Giant Spell for the defense.
Yeah, Corrupted Whimsy has definitely not been able to go to his jungle very often, has just been basically living off lane minions. He does have a CS lead, but he's just been getting pretty starved with any XP. I guess 1 level down now.
Yeah, Mountain Drake secured again for Sentinels. Now they have 3 Drakes. This will be a really strong Elder, but I don't think the game will go that long, as this gold lead has absolutely ballooned to 14k goldie now. Objectives coming thick and fast for Sentinels right now, and Rift Rangers are struggling to find purchase in this game.
The one thing to note is the fact that since SKT Piglet is a lot of their damage aside from Jekyll, it will be pretty hard for them to go ahead and dive with Tom really being their only big tank, since Gnar has kind of gone a more bruiser route. So it will be kind of hard to contest some of these towers that are up from the Rift Raiders. Because yeah, SKT Piglet definitely is best suited where she can flank, and you can't really do much flanking when the team is able to just kind of sit under a tower.
Yeah, also with the split push build of the Gnar in the top lane played by Motor War, he is well placed to carry this game, as he did win the trade earlier against Raining Barrels. Struggling to find purchase on the Renekton, and only been part of 2 kills as well. It's been a little bit of an island for these top laners right now. But now the support will come to him, so maybe he'll get a few right now, as Kenafu has that Enchanted Arrow ready to start a fight at a moment's notice. Do have Banshee's Veil on Voltsy right now, so that is nice for him. He will not be the target of the arrow most likely. But Corrupted Whimsy taken down to half health already for like nothing traded. Again, now Motor War goes very aggressive. Gnar onto the tower for a 2-man. Also, the Shockwave is pretty big there. Kenafu trying to look to fall, as Kimitsu has full health. This is a little bit of an over-aggressive dive, but he is going to fall to the immense amount of damage by Dr. Jekyll right now, so double kill secured.
And that should spell the end of the game. They should be able to just go ahead and take that last inhib and then end with the top lane tower, or I guess take the mid lane. That should spell the end of the game, I think, with the death timers being at least 20 seconds. But it does look like they might just take that inhib and go ahead and reset.
Yeah, they're playing a bit of death by numbers right now. Trineki, they'll rebound for the game. 29 minutes in, Baron available in just over a minute as well, so again they can look to reset, take that fairly for free now, as triple super minions all double up will be piling into the base of Rift Rangers. means that they can really secure this objective. They already have the vision board on it as well. Oh wait, that just got removed. Hey, Two Eagle, why are you putting?
They know vision isn't there anymore, but yeah, it does look like they're gonna take the safe route. I might be a little more aggressive than most people with where I normally make my calls, but hey. But yeah, it looks like they're just gonna go ahead and grab a pretty free Baron. Hopefully someone will have a pink ward to lay down to secure the vision, and then they can just walk up with 3 lanes of super and hit minions. Just not a whole lot you can do.
With the minions, you can all see Rift Rangers are very busy right now just clearing the waves, so they do have license for this. And Oracle then is just being propped by Tomb Eagle. Also Pink coming down, that was propped by Kanefu, so nice one on that. AD carry is always supplying a little bit of vision for the team. Has also been hawkshotting a little bit during the game.
I don't mean, you think of Kim using a rocket to try to get vision, you know, just trying to help out your team the best way you can.
Look at the wards of Sentinels right now in the top part of the map. It is absolutely just lights out here for Rift Rangers as they are just corralled into the base by all of these minions just piling in. Now they have the Baron buff. I mean, this is pretty much just let the Baron buff do the work on the minions and just let them push it in. Try and defend against any sort of engagement that comes out potentially by Raining Bells, but Raining Bells just really isn't tanky enough right now just with that Dead Man play, and that extra Kindle Gem just doesn't have the defenses, especially versus Dr. Jekyll, who has completed that Void Staff.
Yeah, there's just not a whole lot you can do. They actually haven't even picked up a tower.
Oh, the arrows onto Voltsy right now. It's a pretty big petrifying gaze come out, but he will fall. Kanefu also available on the backline, completely unharmed by this SKT ticket. Might go down to the tower, will fall, but that will be the game. That will be the series going over to Sentinel. So congratulations on the first win for them.
Yeah, that was a very just super action-packed series from both teams. Just every single game had so many kills and deaths going over to both sides and starting so early that was just an extremely entertaining series to watch.
Yeah, particularly massive plays coming out by Dr. Jekyll and Kanefu with the arrow just to start that off as well. Superb play from them. Also, just the over-aggression of Corrupted Whimsy in the early stages of the game, playing to the detriment, ending up with 11 deaths and 31 minutes in the game. A little bit unfortunate for them, not really displaying the true potential of this new champion, just because he just didn't have the gold efficiency of the items that he wanted comparative to the other power spikes of people around him. So well done for Sentinels for pulling out the third game victory.
Yeah, I'm wondering how much the fact that Evelyn is so new that played into that, because I know if I would have been going up against Evelyn, I definitely wouldn't know her power spikes and what she's able to do if she's being such a new champ. So I'm curious how much that played into the Rift Rangers being surprised by some of those ganks that did happen.
Yeah, especially you saw in that sort of like 20-minute mark, SKT Piglet just absolutely zeroing out Kim and Soo, not able to do a thing against that, as just the charge time of the Chompers just isn't enough for the mobility that SKT